I am Baratunde Thurston. My pronouns are he, him, and my story is long.
Awesome. And it's still going, right?
It is on. Thankfully, my story continues. That's all we can hope for, is the chance to write another page.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So a lot of people are saying that the future of storytelling is intersectional, right? How would you define intersectionality?
Oh, we're off to a great start, Kat, because I don't like that word.
Yeah.
but I like what it stands for. So I interpret it as taking account of and including our multiple selves. We are gems, and we have a lot of different aspects through which the light that is us refracts. And a lot of us are raised to just accentuate or highlight one element. I am man, hear me roar. I am Black, I am nerd, and the idea of bringing in all elements of us, not just the demographic labels, but the types of experience we have, the orientation and point of view on life we have, even as far as the interest we have, our spiritual perspective. The project of becoming more whole is a great project that I'm on a journey of. And it's something I want for myself, to integrate various parts of me. And it's something I want for our collective selves, because I think there are parts of us that we have denied for a long time. And that denial costs us something. It costs us our literal sort of scientific, physical integrity. So to be intersectional, I think of as being more whole and taking account of all of our parts.
Like as a writer, I'm thinking I have multiple identities, but also those identities have different degrees of respectability or oppression based off of different, systems, right, that are out in the world. And so I always think about, for me, as an undocumented immigrant, as a queer woman, as, like I'm thinking about how to tell these stories in a way that expands beyond one lens. What are it, in terms of your storytelling, what are topics that or identities you bring into it, and how do you, well, let's start with there. Like, how do you bring your identity or the intersections of your identity into your storytelling?
I'm in the midst of a storytelling journey right now. I host a show called America Outdoors. It'll be airing in the summer of 2022, starting in July. And I got to travel this country and talk to people and put people on camera who have a deep connection to nature and the outdoors. It's an outdoor show. It's an adventure show. It's a travel show. And there are not a lot of those with Black hosts. And so I brought Blackness to the outdoors. I brought the son of a single mother to the outdoors. I brought somebody who grew up during the crack wars in DC to the outdoors. I brought someone whose mom declared bankruptcy when he was a kid to the outdoors. I brought an Ivy League education to the outdoors. I brought my heterosexuality to the outdoors. I brought my love of hip hop to the outdoors. I brought the comedian in me to the outdoors, and I brought the tech nerd. And so what that meant is that as I'm engaging with the paralyzed man who whitewater rafts in Appalachia, or the crew of Black people who surf together, showing up like Wakanda out off the coast of Topanga near LA, I'm bringing a glimmer of something they already know to the table, and I'm bringing a level of myself that's just real. I think there's a threshold. Sometimes I've been in a situation where I'm trying to like play up. And I remember when I was doing stand-up, early years doing stand-up, and I'd have a Black audience. I'm trying to play up my Black side,
Right.
And well, they probably expect this, so let me give them that. And people see through that. And it comes across as like performing yourself. Right. And that's not yourself. Now I'm just badly acting Baratunde as opposed to being Baratunde. And so I had to learn to like shed that and just be like, yeah, I'm going to be nerdy and Black in front of these Black people. And they accepted it much more easily because I knew who I was.
Right.
And most of us have a radar for people who are pretending to be something they're not. So when the intersectional conversation, sometimes I've been playing up pieces that I thought would play well, given the room,
Right.
as opposed to just bringing me into the room. And so with this outdoor show, I brought the liberal as I'm interacting with very conservative people who are ranchers and crabmen and very Trumpy in certain ways. And I'm just me. And I found points of connection that weren't about the political difference, but about the emotional sameness. The love of this land, the fear of loss of something I care deeply about.
Right.
Persons or animals or plant life, because we can care for all these things. And I think it served those guests on the show because they had a more fun time because they were with the fun me that let myself show up and didn't just say, I'm going to play PBS host. No, I'm just going to play Baratunde.
Right.
But it also, I think when we bring more of ourselves and don't try to overplay any part, but bring the full, and I think it also lets us see more of other people.
Right.
And there are times when I have shown up thinking, I'm the complicated one. You know, I'm the one with multiple narratives and multiple layers. I'm the onion here. I've got layers to this. And you're a simple X. And then I'm wrong. And I'm judging. And I'm not actually listening or seeing them. But when I bring my full alphabet, I see their full alphabet. I'm like, oh, you got a Q in there too? I got a Q. Oh, you got a little Z action? I got a Z action. And man, was I wrong to just see you as X? I'm leaving out 25 other letters if we're just sticking to the Roman alphabet. And now you got little joints, you know, with other glyphs going on in there. Like, and it's humbling.
Yeah.
I think if we really do it, it's not just about projecting or distributing or disseminating or sharing. It's about receiving and seeing and listening. And if I want all of me to be accepted, I gotta be receptive to all of you as well. That's the circle being unbroken. That shit's hard, but it's really rewarding when we let it happen.